Good afternoon and welcome to the Good Plates Kitchen. Today we're making homemade mayonnaise, similar to Best Foods. I'm a mayonnaise person. I love mayonnaise and I'm in the Best Foods camp. I know some of you are in the Duke camp or other camp, but we're doing Best Foods. And you can play with this until if you like Dukes, you can play with this. I think it's a little sweeter, so maybe add sugar or something to it. I'm not sure. Anyway, here's what we have. We have Coleman's mustard. We have some plain canola oil. The oil, you want to use an oil that has like basically no flavor. So peanut oil would work here. Sunflower oil would work here. Any oil that doesn't have any flavor. Of course, if you want olive oil flavored mayonnaise, then you would use olive oil. Distilled white vinegar. This gives it the taste that you really want. Other vinegars don't quite work as well. I've tried red wine vinegar, and the plain distilled white is what you really want. Yes, I know this says white cheddar. It's supposed to say white pepper, but that's okay. That's what that is. 1 egg. We're using Pacific sea salt and it's fine salt. If you want to use table salt, that's okay, but sea salt is better. But you really want a fine grain because this is not being cooked, so the salt doesn't really have a chance to liquefy, so it needs to be as small as possible. And of course, we have here a lemon and a new tool, which I'm going to be trying today. So let's get started. First thing, the egg. Now now my stick blender has a little bowl for it that has numbering on it, and that's really nice and convenient. I'm going to close this up, set it aside until I need it. So here we go. 1. In you go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice. So we're going to try the new toy, and we'll put lemon half in there. Make sure that it's like that. Okay, press down. See how nicely the lemon juice collects in the bottom there? Okay, so we only need a tablespoon for our mayonnaise. Here we go. Tablespoon. A teaspoon of dried mustard. This is important. It needs to be dried mustard. Coleman's is the best, but it needs to be dried mustard, not prepared mustard. You need a teaspoon for that. What mustard does 2 things in this instance. It adds flavor, and mustard mixed with its acid and oil will also help the oil and acid emulsify, and that's what we are doing here. So we did that, and then we're going to add a teaspoon of distilled vinegar. Quarter of a teaspoon of salt. An eighth of a teaspoon or a dash of white pepper. And finally, cup of canola oil. Or whatever unflavored oil you have that you like. Okay. If you wanted to add other flavorings to this, like chipotle or garlic or herbs or something else, now would be the time to do this, but we're just making regular plain mayonnaise. So here we go. Just all the way down to the bottom and turn it on and watch what happens. You really do want something that's deep like this because it helps everything emulsify. You see how nice that looks? You see how it thickened. And now this is just, I'm just going to leave this out. Well, I'm not going to leave it out. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. And I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. And it will thicken up even more. And when that happens, we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Let's taste it first. That is really delicious. That tastes just like Best Foods. Yum! Okay, the mayonnaise is done. We've let it sit for a few hours, and look, it's so nice and thick, it doesn't even move. Look at that, nice and thick, just the way we want it. Oh, it's just absolutely delicious. You can't get any better than fresh mayonnaise. And I hope we'll see you next time on The Good Plate.